So 99 Chipper Jones is the collection reward in MLB The Show 21, and seemingly he's been the best third baseman all year. He's been a position all year that hasn't had the most competition. If you have Chipper Jones, he's basically been most people's third baseman throughout the entirety of this game here in MLB The Show 21. But as the last couple months have come around, he's had some competition, some players trying to take that crown from him, and based on some of the cards we've gotten recently, I think Chipper Jones finally has some competition. So what we're gonna do today, we're gonna take all of the third basemen that I think are the best in the game, kind of compare them to each other, throw them on a team together, and see how they all perform and see which third baseman ends up playing the best. We're gonna call this a face-off, see which one is the best player at that position. Now, I'd love to do this with more positions in the game, take a bunch of them, throw them on a team, see how they do, see which one does the best, and kind of compare their attributes in things. Let's get into it. So this is the team of third basemen we're rocking. Obviously, I could rock every single third baseman, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I want to mostly focus on the best few, the ones that people are really considering for their God squads. I even have a couple on the bench that I think are going to be very valuable if you are just starting the game looking for options. Obviously, we have Chipper Jones. I have him parallel 5. He's been unreal. He's been my best hitter all year. 1500 OPS is just unreal. I think he's been my best collection award I've ever had in this game. It just, you look at this card, he really doesn't have any weakness. He's got great hitting attributes, you know, especially versus lefties. You get him a few parallels up, he gets up to gold fielding. Even though it isn't the best, he does make some weird animations at third base. You know, gold is good enough. It's not terrible. It's not going to kill you in most scenarios. And at 74 speed is a little underrated when you get him P5. He's a little quick on the base pass, so you can get some extra base hits with him in comparison to some of the other third base options that are slower. He's been the go-to third baseman for most people all year, but I think he has some competition in case you're looking for other options or you just didn't like Chipper too much. We got 99 Spencer Torkelson in the recent inning program in the 7th inning, I believe it is. Very well-rounded card, kind of like Chipper, except he's a little slower. The defense is going to be very similar to P5 Chipper, and the hitting attributes are very nice. The power versus both sides is very solid. The contact, definitely good. It's not the best ever, but you know, 102, 109, very usable, especially on All-Star and Hall of Fame at this point in the game. I think a lot of people just brush his card to the side. 99 George Brett came out a couple inning programs ago, and he's definitely solid. He's got the contact. He's a lefty bat. He's not the most appealing because of the lack of power versus lefties and kind of versus righties too. Third base is a position where I really want power, but George Brett here brings the contact with good enough power, and that, you know, that vision's gonna play. He's gonna stay in a lot of at bats. I think this card definitely was a little underused. 97 Joey Wendle Tops Now card is like a very good starter card. Like if you don't have anyone else and you just want someone else to try, he's essentially George Brett, just a little bit worse, I would say. Very close. He has diamond fielding, so he's going to be a better fielder at third, I would say. But he gets a bunch of positions. You can move him basically anywhere on your team. And it's a very good beginner team card if you're building up a team and you don't have many players to use. And finally, the reason I'm making this video right here, 99 Nolan Arenado, you get him in BR. I completed the BR program, so he is on the team. And I do want to try him because I really think this is the true competition to Chipper Jones. First of all, that defense is elite. It's the best you're gonna probably see at third base all year. And if you're looking for someone to really just make every play, Arenado is definitely the dude. And I think that's what makes him a class above, just because of that defense, and the hitting attributes are great too. He's a lot like Chipper versus lefties, 125, 120. I think he just has 5 less power versus lefties, but 105 and 106 versus righties is definitely good as well. There's any downside to this card. He's a little slow with the 46 speed, but also the attributes versus righties, like I mentioned. It's kind of a big deal because you mostly face righties at this point in the game. It feels like most of the best starters like DeGrom, Verlander. It's a very much a right-handed pitcher meta. So 105 and 106 versus right is definitely good. But you know, you look at Chipper Jones, Chipper seems to be the better option, especially since he's a switch hitter and gets that lefty advantage. But if you haven't hit well with Chipper for some reason, which does happen to people, I think Arenado is going to be your second best option to try, at least for the next while. I don't see many other third basemen coming close to him. And in terms of other options I'm going to put on the bench here, we're going to put Eugenio Suarez. Talk about another really good starter card. He's like Arenado offensively, but you flip the splits. He's got 125, 120 versus righties instead of lefties. I want to use him on my alt squad a bit that I have built up here. But, you know, this is like definitely not the longest term use third base because of the lower vision. You know, just gold fielding on the dot and 53 speed. Like, you know, there's a lot better options at this point in the game. 99 Miguel Cabrera definitely still plays if you're playing him at the secondary. The high contact versus both sides is really good. The power is good too. But you look at some of the other options we've listed, they have more power than Miguel Cabrera. And, you know, better defense. So I think, you know, maybe might be a little outclassed at this point, but is definitely a legit option if you really liked him. Also, Vlad Jr. is definitely a very good third base option still. One of the worst defenders of the bunch that we just mentioned, but he gets the 125 versus righties if you P5 him, but very close to that if you don't. This card actually is really good still at this point in the game. Gets a couple quirks as well. I think this is a top tier corner infield option despite the lower defense. Wade Boggs definitely a little underrated as well. He's like George Brett, except he actually has the higher contact. If you like those Don Mattingly, John Olerud type players, this card actually will be pretty nasty at third. And then Alex Bregman I have on the bench because the 125 versus lefties. This card actually hits really well from what I've used of him. Definitely like an underrated third base option. A lot of people just use him as a pinch hitter, if any, at this point in the game, but he's definitely someone you could use if you're just looking for other options. And these guys are going to stick on the bench. We're going to leave Mantle, Aaron, and Schwarber on the team just for the sake of balance. I can't get a third baseman at every position that's really legit. There's no point for me to really test every single third baseman at once. Really, the focus here are the ones that are starting, especially Chipper, Arenado, and Torkelson, to see how they do. So let's go into a ranked game. Let's see how they do. I'm going to be playing on Hall of Fame. Hopefully here I'm at 888 rating. And I would love to see how these three players do against each other because I think it's going to be a really good competition, especially between Chipper, Arenado, and Torkelson. So yeah, one thing I'm doing with this video here, I'm recording it off stream. I've been recording a lot of my YouTube videos on stream, so definitely let me know how you feel with this type of video. It's gonna be a little different than my other gameplay videos we've done. And I'm really just gonna try to highlight the individual players instead of entirely how the team does. I just want to try to show off these third basemen and try to answer that question of who really is the best. All right, so I got Cole Hamels on the bump. Oh God, this guy's a top 50 player. So we're definitely on legend here. This is 100% on legend difficulty. It has to be. This is gonna be ugly. Of course, you know, I just happen to play ranked at 3:05 p.m. Eastern, and then I run into Mr. J here, who's like a 50-time top 50 player here. Yep, good start, good start. We're cracked. I'm gonna get absolutely owned, aren't I? I didn't even warm up or anything. I've been playing BR a lot the last couple days. And now I gotta play on Legend. So, and then against Jake Arrieta. I've gotten daddied up by Jake Arrieta here. Honestly, I'm straight up considering quitting here. Yeah, honestly, if it's a 1, 2, 3 first inning here, if I strike out every at bat, I'm quitting. Okay, well, move on to game 2 here. We'll act like that never happened. All right, game number 2. All right, this guy's got a serviceable team. All right, let's try this again. Well, there we go. That's how you start off a ball game right there. This stadium that someone created, I know what it's supposed to be, like a real stadium recreation, but the elevation on this stadium, I'm pretty sure is 5,000, and the ball just absolutely flies because I've played at this stadium and just everything leaves. Like, look at that. How did that leave? Like, right as I'm talking about it. All right, well, George Brett's off to a good start. And that's one thing with custom stadiums in this game. So many people play 5,000 elevation and just all hell breaks loose. And it's too much. It's too much for you, boy. I like to be able to pitch. See, that's going to leave. That's going to leave. You elevate the ball, it's gone. That's the feeling I'm getting already. George Brett is a homer. And Torkelson has a homer. And we are in the top of the first. All right, is every third baseman just going to hit a home run at this point? Is this what we're doing here? Oh, Chipper. Nope. Hit the center. Chipper's 0 for 1. Chipper's in a losing battle here. All right, this is really the guy I'm interested in, Nolan Arenado. Definitely not good if I'm swinging at pitches like that. Holy, that was terrible. Okay, well, Arenado's 0 for 1 too. Get through. right, so Wendle is 1-for-1 with a little single. So that's the first time through the order of the third baseman. And as you would potentially expect, a lot of home runs have been hit. Get through. Oh, freaking Frank Thomas, suck my toes. Oh, sorry, I meant to say something else. All right, let's see how Cole Hamels is, by the way. Well, this is probably not a good time to debut Cole Hamels because I think he's gonna get absolutely rocked. I don't think there's a single thing he can do about it. Shoop. Yeah, I'll do it again. I'm telling you, watch. He's gonna swing at this one. Exact same pitch. See? I'm telling you. Throw the same pitch twice in a row. It's new meta. You know what? New pitching meta. Oh, Cole Hamels has some hitting. 19 and 11. Cole Hamels go yard. Oh, hustle, hustle, Cole, hustle. I need the hustle. Attaboy, Cole. All right, George Brett. He's 1-for-1 with a bomb. Watch out of this entire video. I was sitting here just so excited to try ARENADO, see how he stacks up against Chipper. George Brett's gonna have the game of the day. Just watch. Oh, no. Well, my expectations were too high for George Brett. He's 1-for-2 now. Tragic. Believe in the circle change. One thing I have to do with my pinpoint more often, holy dot, by the way, I gotta actually look at the timing of the motion more often. My timing with pinpoint is just all over the place sometimes, and especially with Cole Hamels here, it's kind of quick. It's kind of a quick motion, so you gotta really get your timing down. Oh, that's yucky. That's just yucky. We don't like those type of hits. Definitely going to the stretch with Hamels. Man, you gotta be quick with the pinpoint. Holy. All right, Torkelson. So Torkelson's 1-for-1 with a bomb too. I actually watched Spencer Torkelson play at a minor league game recently. If you guys don't follow me on Twitter, you better follow me there, by the way. I tweeted out a clip of me watching him, and I literally just got into the stadium. I walk into the stadium as the game's starting, he's up, and he just hit an absolute solo nuke. And one thing, like actually seeing a minor leaguer like Torkelson here go out there and play, man, it's super cool. Speaking of devil, Torkelson is 2-for-2. You know, this is Torkelson's game, you know? This is his game here, and I like it. I'm kind of down for that narrative. Oh, Chipper. All right. I mean, surprise, surprise, Chipper Jones is a home run on the floating track in right field. He didn't even touch the PCI. So now ARENADO needs to join the home run train, right? All right, so I'm getting the vibe. I'm just chasing everything with ARENADO here, and it's not looking good. It's not even like it's ARENADO. It's just me being sucky. That both pitches I rolled over were the exact same pitch out of the zone. Oh, that's a good cut, Joey. That's a good cut. That'll be an out, but it's a good cut. All right, so Wendle is 0-for-2. Oh, fine grass, fine grass, fine grass. God, we love Hank Aaron. We just love hammering Hank. I'm kind of shocked they didn't leave with how the stadium played. That was one of my better swings. I mean, listen, I'm cool with getting out. I'm cool with it. But that was one of the better swings of the inning, and that's the one that is the hit. Welcome to MLB The Show this last couple weeks. Honest Wagner, send him to the sun. Alrighty, we need to get out of a jam here, Cole. Ah, perfect throw, he's hosed. Pain. Just got to keep on spamming the low circle changes. We have found the wave. Yeah. That seemed like the wave with the circle change. Just keep spamming it low. You see how low this pitch is? Look at how low that pitch is. It's like at his shins. All right, so the circle change wave is not it, apparently. Nice. All right, Cole, patting the back to you to get out of that jam. I really don't know why, but I just really want Cole Hamels to go yard. Oh, that's not yard. It's the exact opposite of yard. Oh, we love Mickey Mantle. Just perfect rally starter right there. Rally starter material. All right, George Brett. Get through. That's been happening a lot, where the runner just runs back to second. That kind of pains me, but hey, George Brett has 2 hits, so I guess I really can't feel too much pain. All right, TORKELSON, come on, bud. Get down the line. It did not get down the line, and that still was a double play. Well, TORKELSON has joined the 2 for 3 club. Yeah, make that 2. Oh, you silly. What are you doing? Why are you tagging up on that? There's big confusion now. I'm just lost. Loss of words. Just late. Chipper Jones actually having one of the worst games of the bunch. He only has 1 hit. It is a solo homer. But the guy having the worst game here, I think, is Mr. ARENADO. Get through. All right, well, ARENADO is a hit. I finally timed up one of those slurves down in the way. He's not going to go hitless. Okay, so honestly, that's just a dot. That's just a dot. That's not even Joey's fault. That's just like right on the corner. Fine grass. I'm sending it. Yes. All right, second and third. We got Schwarber up. He might walk him. No, he isn't. He's going to pitch to him. This man has chosen violence. Stay fair, baseball. Stay fair. Let's go, Kyle Schwarber. There we go. It's a big insurance bomb right there. Hey, listen. I've been saying I wanted a Cole homer, and he almost did it. Give him a little bit of pat in the back for that one. Sit down. Okay. Cole Hamels have a ball game so far, dude. Ooh. That one caught plate. That's an issue. Can't catch plate like that. They got to be off the plate. Mickey Mantle. I was genuinely scared to dive. I was like, oh, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. And I did, and it ended up being the right decision. Mickey Mantle. Let's go. Tell me he quit. Watch this guy have quit. Yeah, get him up and out of here. Honestly, that is just fine that we get a rage quit there. I'm cool with that. We got a bunch of ABs with our third baseman. Listen, a lot of home runs were hit. A lot of bombs were hit at that 5,000 elevation stadium. Brett TORKELSON had 2 hits, while ARENADO, Jones, and Wendle all had 1. They definitely did solid, each one of them. They all contributed in some way, shape, or form. ARENADO definitely got heavily pitched around, that's for sure. So this is the box score. This is how the matchup turned out. If I were to say there was a winner, I think it was TORKELSON. TORKELSON had the home run and a double. He had 2 hits, and they were both extra base hits. And they were both good swings. TORKELSON really showed out this game. And I think that at the end of the day, third base is an interesting position. There's a lot of good options now. I don't think there's one runaway best option at this point in the game anymore. You have options. You got ARENADO, who is like the defensive guy. TORKELSON, who is a lot like Chipper, just like a light version of him with a little less contact. You got Joey Wendle, who's a very affordable option. You got George Brett, who's the contact. You got cool third baseman and a lot of options. Some that we didn't even get to cover and use in the game there. So that's going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed this type of video, if you enjoyed this face-off series thing, I would love to do it again if you liked it. Make sure you hit that thumbs up and let me know in the comments section. And also let me know, which position do you want to see match up next? Do you want to see center field? Do you want to see shortstop, which is really deep at this point in the game? Whichever comment with the position gets the most likes, we'll do that for our next one down the road. So, and we'll be back at it again later this week with more informational videos. Have a good one. Deuces.